CuriosityStream has thousands of documentary films and shows available on demand on any device. We're the Netflix for nerds, the Hulu for history buffs, the Disney Plus for the scientist in us. There sure are a lot of streaming services, aren't there? CuriosityStream is the one you definitely need if you're the type to nature dock and chill, if you're an armchair astronaut, if you prefer physics to psychics, or perhaps you know a precocious paleontologist. Go to curiositystream.com to learn more and sign up today.
Odyssey now has hundreds of new exclusive music stations for you to discover your new summer soundtrack.
Get moving with worthy workouts for a cardio sesh fueled by today's top artists.
Hanging with your crew? Throw it back with Picnic Party for old school jams for your cookout.
Or sail away with Odyssey's new yacht rock station, Jugger Yacht.
For summer barbecues, road trips,
or relaxing poolside.
Hundreds of new exclusive stations, plus all your favorite local radio stations and podcasts. It's all on Odyssey.
Brought to you by Macy's, Geico, and Coke Zero Sugar.
Time now for Tangway and Hart. It's Gary Tangway and Andy Hart on WEEI.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Another 0-2 pitch. Here it is. And he swings and misses at a high outside heater. He got him. Sale fans 2 in the first inning.
And he has another. Swing and a miss on a sinker. Mateo strikes out. 2 strikeouts in the inning. 7 through 4 innings.
Now sensing it, cheering, giving him a standing ovation as he leaves the mound after 5 innings, allowing 2 runs on 6 hits with 8 punch-outs.
You know, this was the end of the road, basically. You know, like I said it today when I got to the field. You know, I'm done driving on the dirt road. You know, rubber's meeting the asphalt today. Nothing's going to beat pitching in the World Series. There'll never be an energy like that. But for today, it's probably a close second to that.
Now this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, because we need a little controversy, because it feels so empty without me.
He came to me and talked to me, and we talked it out about, you know, just his expectation, you know, and every young quarterback goes through it. The excitement, the anticipation, you know, he wants to be so perfect, and I see his preparation is always, you know, pristine, and, you know, that's what I admire about him. You know, being at such a young age, he knows how to prepare and knows when Josh asks quick questions or when the person asks quick questions, he knows how to kind of have answers for it. And everybody's different. Everybody learns different. But for him in today's performance, he's just going to keep getting better. And, you know, we're going to be here for each other along this whole process. And, you know, that's what we're here for.
You know, but as Cam said, I'm far from perfect. What about loyalty? Oh, by the way, don't forget about me.
Controversy. Why do you got to be negative?
I know. This is unbelievable.
I am so ready to be so positive.
I know.
It
is
poopy
unbelievable.
Pants over here.
It's Tangway and Hart, Nick LePan along for the ride. Andy Hart came out of the shoot this morning in the break room, all roses and sunshines and puppy dogs. And
I'm going to make a simple statement.
Go ahead, lay it on me.
This was the week that an ace, a franchise quarterback, and championship hopes returned to Boston.
Oh, jeez. Can you get some, Did you get some
Tell me if I'm wrong.
Singing?
What's the most important position in all of sports? Certainly in football.
Well, it's a quarterback.
Thank you. You have one, correct? You have hope.
Yes.
You have hope at that position.
Yes.
What's the most important position in Major League Baseball? The first or second biggest sport in this town?
Well, it's the second.
Okay, first or second, doesn't matter. Top 2. What's the most important position in Major League Baseball? Ace, not pitcher. Not pitcher.
Oh, okay, number 1 starter.
Lots of teams have lots of pitchers.
Yes.
They don't have aces.
Yes.
They don't have swagger.
Yes.
They don't have that guy.
Yes.
Chris Sale.
Yes.
Who, I understand it's a part of the process. 5 innings, gave up a couple home runs, but you're building. You have hope that you have an ace, correct?
Correct.
Not just for the rest of this season, but for the foreseeable future.
And it's a good thing you were taking on the JVs out of Baltimore.
So forget about it.
That doesn't matter.
It was also a preseason game for Mac. I can be positive after meaningless action.
A team that's going to lose 108 games. The Red Sox are back.
How about this? 2019 was the last time you had these things. You had an ace and you had a franchise QB. You had a Sale and you had a Brady. Now, the Sale wasn't even great then. Last year, 2020, you didn't have the arms. And when I say arms,
they didn't have any.
Arms, it's on the football field or the baseball field. Yeah. You didn't. It's an arms race, right? To steal a Cold War term, arms race.
Yes, an overused sports cliche, yes.
The Red Sox and the Patriots are back in the arms race because they have an ace and they have a franchise QB, and you prove me wrong. Go ahead, prove me wrong.
I mean, I didn't even pack a jacket.
I know, yeah. You got that guy, or Erod with a bulky knee, a bulky this, a bulky that. Who knows when Erod's going to be an ace? You got swagger. Slim Shady's back, and Maxonville is here to stay.
Well, I believe in the Mac Jones hype because it's football and people love football. And what we saw was a return to the New England Patriots of the early 2000s.
You saw the Patriots offense. You saw a professional passer lead the Patriots offense.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
And you saw.
Why are you not excited?
I'm very excited.
Don't you like sports anymore, Grandpa?
I love sports, and I'm very excited about Mac Jones. And I'm not one of those guys that have come out and said, now pump the brakes. He was a game manager. He was very good. Let's see what he does in the next game. Did he unseat Cam Newton? Of course he unseated Cam Newton. I don't see how anybody can watch that game and think that this guy should not start over Cam Newton based on that one game.
Sure.
And based on the limited time that Mac Jones has had under center with the New England Patriots, he's at the point where he, to me, is right there, if not better, than a former NFL MVP. What else do you need to know? You and I agree on that. Now,
Thank
on the
you.
sale
June
thing,
15th, I told you that. You didn't listen close enough.
No, I know. I listen. Believe me, I listen. I don't have a choice. Now, let me tell you this about Chris Sale, and I love Alex Cora. As you know, I think he should be manager of the year. Mm-hmm. But when he said that yesterday was the equivalent of winning the World Series in October, I went, and I'm paraphrasing, I said, okay, gag me with a Fenway Frank. I threw up all over myself. Slow your roll. This is how desperate the Red Sox are. It was 5 innings, and it was very good. I don't know how anybody can't be a Chris Sale fan. Loves to play here when guys run from the pressure. Rides the buses, loves baseball, tough as nails. I wish he was durable. I wish there was an extra 25 pounds on this guy so I know that he could last.
He's fine now. It's a Disney movie. He got surgically repaired.
Well,
he's
that's
ready
true.
to roll.
I mean,
Let's go.
guys that have rebuilt arms, they go on and pitch a long time. There's no doubt about that. And the fact that
it's like the Winter Soldier with that arm now. He's ready.
That's right. And the fact that
the Summer Soldier, Chris Sale,
he pitched for the first time in 2 years in one day. It's a great story. But, guys, slow your roll. It doesn't mean the Red Sox are back. You still have to pitch the other 4 days. They're 4 games back of Tampa. They beat up on the junior varsity with the Baltimore Orioles.
That's allowed.
Okay, that's fine. Let's wait and see what happens. By the way, interesting, though, how Bobby Dahlbeck is all of a sudden starting to hit the ball when somebody else wants to take his job.
Love it.
Yeah, we love competition.
Let's go.
That's what works. But
Bombs
you
from
can't
Bobby.
compare Chris Sale pitching on Saturday. You can't compare that to what we saw in Foxborough.
Why? They
You
were both
can't
an injection
compare.
of hope at the most important arm on the field.
No.
One's a lefty, one's a righty. That's the only difference.
One
you
is-
now have a placeholder, a person in that role where you haven't had one for a year plus, 2 years.
By the way, Tangway and Hart this hour brought to you by the New England Ford Dealers. Tune in every Wednesday at 2:30 as Red Sox manager Alex Cora joins OMF from the Ford Clubhouse studio at Fenway. And if I was talking to Alex, I'd say, Alex, just take a chill pill, dude. Take a chill
Why, he's
pill.
not allowed to be excited that he's got an ace?
Yeah, but it was totally over the top. Comparing this to, October 28th or 18th, whatever the date was of the World Series, and what Chris Sale did. What Chris
Even
Sale
Chris
did.
Sale pumped the brakes on it.
What Chris Sale, yeah, he said, whoa, slow your roll. I mean, Chris Sale did is pitch well for 5 innings against a terrible baseball team, okay, for 5 innings. This is another thing that drives me crazy about the Red Sox and Major League Baseball in general. The problem with the Red Sox, the starting rotation gives you 5 innings, and then for the last month, it's been crappy. Mm-hmm. I mean, crappy. And then the bullpen gets totally taxed. There's no way that Chris Sale is going to be enough to turn it around for this team. He pitches 1 every 5 days. Mac Jones is probably going to play every day. I mean, you can't compare the two.
Mac
just
Jones
by
only
the
plays
nature
every 7th
of
day.
every game, excuse me. You can't compare the two by the nature of the position and of the nature of the sport.
Oh, I thank you very much. Who leads a team?
Once
An ace
every
and a
5
quarterback.
games.
But that's not true. Alex Cora will tell you that much. He told us that this week when I talked to him with Lou on Wednesday.
Oh, well, okay. Oh, wait a minute, because Chris
when
Sale
Chris Sale
is going to be
swaggers
on the
into
sideline.
clubhouse,
Yeah.
there is a different aura.
Hey, come on, guys, let's go.
Wait, you don't think
let's go, guys. Come on, let's go.
closers and finishers that can close a series, start a series, end a losing
He
streak.
pitched 5 innings. He pitched 5
Is that all he's going to do?
innings.
So you think that was the best you're going to see out of Chris Sale?
No.
That
but
he can beat up on the Orioles, but nobody else? Because I personally believe he's probably going to improve.
I think he's going to improve, too. But
Okay,
so
thank
far,
you.
he's
So
pitched
you're on my
5
side.
innings.
Well, we
You
can
can't
wait.
compare the two. This is
Okay,
not.
I'll wait 5 shows from now and say, oh, Chris Sale looks good. I mean, I thought he was
Right,
going to
who
look
pitches
good,
the other
but
4 days? Garrett Richards, that bump. You know, the one
Erod?
good thing, the one, I know he goes today. The one good
Erod's
thing,
been
let's see,
fine.
okay, let's see
Tanner
if he can
Houck?
stay healthy.
You don't like Houck?
I do like Houck.
Okay, that's 3 pitchers. If you have 3 pitchers, that's a pretty good start
Yeah,
to a
let's see
pretty
if they
damn
can get past
good
the 5th
rotation.
inning. The bullpen is
They
taxed.
can't. That's why I want to make game 7 innings.
Yeah, well, you're right. The bullpen is absolutely toast. This bullpen will never come back from it. They are toast.
Who are you competing against?
The Yankees, and you're competing against the Oakland A's in the wild card.
What happened to the Yankees?
In Tampa. Not
Their
the Yankees,
closer
Tampa.
for the Yankees said, hey, Skip, I can't close anymore.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not good enough for that. They don't have a closer. Literally don't have one because he tapped out.
I screwed up by saying the Yankees. I meant Tampa. Tampa and Oakland, right?
I set you up like an MFer. Don't worry.
Yeah, you totally did.
I spent a couple days on the MFer show. I now set people up like MFers. The Yankees don't have a bullpen.
Yeah, but what about Tampa? Tampa looks pretty good.
Okay, so Tampa's good.
The Oakland A's, they look pretty good.
Tampa's good. I'm going to give you that. Tampa's good.
The White Sox, do you think that this team, this Red Sox team, and this is, again, why
Chris Sale is a game changer.
He pitches once every 5 days.
That's how aces work. Aces are and sometimes in the postseason a little quicker.
Is he going to hit for you? What about the rest? Is he going to be able to pitch?
Bobby hitting
You know
bombs.
what? If you said to me, okay, but this guy can go out and throw a complete game.
Did you see the game last night?
I did. It's against the Orioles.
Well, what did the top of their order go? Like 11 for their first 11?
Oh, my God.
Did JD hit? Did Bogarts hit? Did Devers hit?
They had
Is
5
Verdugo back?
There were 5 home runs. Back to 2.
Schwarber's playing?
A AAA first baseman had 2 home runs. They took on a slow pitch softball team. It was the Orioles.
You can only play the games that are scheduled.
Oh my God, that is so bad. that is right out of the Ordway cliche book.
What if?
Oh God.
What if Sale?
So you think Sale is going to ignite this
5
team?
runs in 2 innings against the Orioles, and they lost 8-1? You would have counted the game. Right? You would have counted the game.
Of course, and I would have said
but it doesn't count because they won it, because they took care of business. Because they've won their first series in a month. None of that counts. You only count the negative.
No, I'm being realistic, Andy. I mean, I'm really, quite frankly,
You're a hater.
I'm a little disappointed in you right now.
You shouldn't
I don't know
be.
what you're trying to do.
I'm not trying to do
I
anything.
don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to you last night. I
I've
don't
been
know what
told
they did
for years.
What they do with the real Andy Hart.
I've been told I had a very nice night. It was a beautiful night on the water. Had a few beers.
Oh, here
just
we go.
Floating about.
There you go.
Maybe that's it. Maybe
Mrs.
I
Hart
get
held
too
your
relaxed.
hand.
The kids were out. We were just
now
having
we
fun.
get it. Now I understand. Kids are out.
No,
Boat, couple
I didn't mean
alcohol. Boom. Everything's right with the world. 617-779-7937. Which is the bigger deal? Is it Sale or Mac Jones? And I don't think it doesn't compare. It just does not compare. It doesn't compare.
It literally compares.
Not at all. No, you're going to write this on WEEI.com.
This may be my column for tomorrow morning that we're workshopping and previewing
this
right
is
here
what we're doing
live
right
on
now.
the air. Because I do believe they are the most tangibly important positions in sports. Maybe goalie.
I don't
throw your guy Swayman in there, the next superstar.
Well, yeah, I mean,
if he
I
ever
see
plays.
where you're going, but the nature. Look, if this
You can't have. My point is, you can't have holes or question marks in that area, in my opinion, and consider yourself a legitimate contender.
So you, as far as Sale is concerned, the question's over. He's ready to go. It's done. It's a done deal.
You have hope. No. I didn't say it's a done deal. It's hope. Same thing we've talked about with Mac. When you drafted him, then when we get to minicamp and he looks good, now he gets to preseason and he looks good. He gives you hope. You had no hope with Cam Newton, right?
Here's my thing with Sale.
You had
no,
no hope
hope
when
with
Erod was your
That's
ace,
correct.
right? No hope. Because the guy's not an ace.
Evaldi was really.
Did you have
the
hope
ace.
when Evaldi was the ace?
No, well,
you didn't.
See, yeah, you didn't. But I don't want. I want to give Evaldi a break because I want to pat him on the back a little bit. It's the rest of the rotation, and it's the bullpen. The bullpen is freaking exhausted.
But that's what aces and quarterbacks do.
Well,
didn't we talk about how Brady did it for 20 years?
Yeah,
and I know he's the GOAT.
How many complete games does Chris Sale have?
What?
Now, if you were talking about a guy who could throw a complete game.
How do you know he won't come
Chris Sale? If Chris Sale
this
tried
is the
to
new
throw a
Chris
complete
Sale. The rubber is on the pavement now. It's not on the dirt road.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I love that. Man, this guy has been reading Hallmark cards or listening to Kenny Chesney songs or Luke or somebody. Luke Bryan.
God forbid he embrace opportunity and hope. Why should he not embrace opportunity and hope?
Tell me when Chris Sale is going to throw a complete game, because that's what this team needs. This team needs starters.
September 29th.
What this team needs is starters that can give the bullpen a break and go to the 7th inning. That's what this team needs.
Or maybe the bullpen will come back around. They were good early in the year. Now,
Maybe.
you could say they're toast.
Maybe.
They got overused, and they were playing
overused.
way above their heads.
I did. They
all
brought
these
in
things.
a couple. I mean, he brought in, Bloom brought in a couple of ham and eggers. We'll see what happens. Sarah Moore is the only guy that's been pitching well.
Yeah, and that's the way relievers are to some degree. Unless you have...
Not in the middle of a season. It's
it's
every
season
other
2
season.
season, but when you're really questionable, I think it can happen within season. You have stretches. You have stretches when you're good and stretches when you're bad.
Had those stretches.
Well, that's unfortunate. Luckily, you get an ace now, so you don't need a bullpen.
Chris Sale will not have the impact on the Red Sox that Mac Jones will.
On the Red Sox?
Mac Jones will have on the Patriots. I didn't finish my sentence.
I noticed.
I had to think for a minute when you said on the Red Sox, and then my whole face, my whole screen, the screen I have in my mind just went black for a minute.
Your teleprompter went down.
My
Hello,
teleprompter went down.
prompter.
And I went,
Q.
Wait a minute. 617-779-7937. All right, we've talked about we've talked about the Red Sox to set up the show here, okay? Now on the other side of the thing with Mac Jones, as far as you're concerned there.
None. I have no concerns.
Elaborate.
No concerns. What concerns should I have? You let me know something he's done since the day he was drafted, other than that hideous walk to the podium, that has looked unbecoming of a starting NFL quarterback.
Nothing.
Thank you. From day one. I think the other night, because the other night, Thursday night, was not spectacular. You can't go back. I mean, his best throw, if you wanted to put a highlight, was an incomplete pass, an incomplete touchdown pass.
That should have been caught.
Right. But, that's my point. There was nothing that just jumped. Oh, my God, did you see him juke that pass rusher? Did you see him fire that ball into a tight window? Oh, my, nobody can make that. No. You know what he looked like? Just a professional Patriots quarterback.
Well, I can't believe that nobody has said this.
They probably have. What?
Man, maybe I missed it, because I think people are afraid to say it.
Oh, boy.
But I'm not.
Of course you're not.
You know what's
the
coming.
Things you talk about on the radio, they've been banned in 7 states.
Well, yeah. He looked like a young Tom Brady.
Well, everybody.
Mac Jones.
I haven't heard
He's
one
Tom
person say
Brady.
it.
Everybody has said that from day one.
Yeah, but in this game.
Yes, he did. Dinked and dunked.
This is the reason why people are optimistic.
Yes.
If you didn't have the history of Brady, then, and what he did as a rookie, then you wouldn't have people so optimistic about Mac Jones. Because we've been conditioned.
Yes.
We've been conditioned to the way Brady started his career.
But even just the what we perceive to be the Josh McDaniels, Charlie Weiss Patriot offense.
Right.
There's a big chunks of it over the years. Now, it's had different manifestations, whatever, personnel, Moss, Gronk. But at its base, it was always a timely, efficient, short passing attack.
Absolutely.
And that's all we've seen from Mac Jones. Training camp field. There was a rainy practice. I got all icky-balooky a few weeks ago. He was borderline perfect, in my opinion. Nothing sexy. Maybe one throw down the seam or something. But, James White. Jonnu Smith crossing. I'm just going to hit these, and I'm going to hit them. And I'm going to hit them where they can run a little after catch and do what I'm supposed to do. Now, again, did he score a touchdown?
No.
He didn't. So we are projecting and expecting and hoping, but there is hope there. Now, there are detractors. Or I would say Cam proponents that are like, well, Cam made a nice throw too, and Cam only got 2 drives, and it's not really fair yet. And I do think if you want to put this to bed, if you really want to put it to bed, you need to give Cam 2 quarters. Whether it's Philly, you need to give Cam the opportunity to prove, better the world to think you're a fool than go out there and prove it. Better the world to think you're not as good as Mac. No. It's better to prove it. Get him out there, and so everybody can see Mac's the present. Mac's not the future.
Right.
Mac is the present. He's better than Cam. And then we can go down all the roads of, will Cam take a backup job or a platoon package role, all those things, which, I don't know about you. I've ridden the roller coaster on that over the last few months. I thought there was no shot in hell Cam would take that role based on what I saw in minicamp when he was sulking, when they were taking reps away and moping around. And then I see him on the game field Thursday night, and I'm like, look at him running down with Ramondre Stevenson.
I know what a run.
Maybe he is.
Can we pump the brakes on him, too? We'll get to that later on. But
can we pump the brakes on Pump the Brakes, the most overused radio cliche in history?
Oh, excuse
Don't
me,
use it
Andy
again.
Marconi.
But I see him
Slow
running
your
with
roll.
Ramondre Stevenson down the sideline, and I'm thinking, maybe he just loves football, wants to be part of the 53 and the energy. And I was going to give him credit. Ooh, he can be a backup. He can be a package. He sees what... And then he goes to Instagram.
Yeah.
Millennials live on Instagram.
Wah, wah, wah. What? Like I'm supposed to be loyal to you? Get the hell out of here. You know who was over loyal to you? Bill all of last year. You know who owes something to somebody? You owe the fans of New England an apology. They gave you a job when 86 days you were out of work. Remember, Cam? That team passed on me. That team passed on me. The only thing that's owed here is some money back for that performance. 8 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and he thinks he deserves loyalty from who? The fan base? The coaches? You? Me? Are you trying to talk?
Oh, yeah, we're going to elaborate on this. Eddie Hart's on a roll. To be continued. Tangway and Hart at 617-779-7937. The big stories of the weekend so far. The return of Chris Sale, and it's still Patriots football. But Andy, for some reason, is it just totally
it's an arms race right now. Who gets a title first, Mac or Chris Sale? Who gets a ring, baby?
I don't think it's going to be Sale, but I think the Red Sox are going to get the ring first. But that's just the way I feel because they can. I just think the Patriots have a way to go. That's all coming up right here on Sports Radio WEEI.
CuriosityStream has thousands of documentary films and shows available on demand on any device. We're the Netflix for nerds, the Hulu for history buffs, the Disney Plus for the scientist in us. There sure are a lot of streaming services, aren't there? CuriosityStream is the one you definitely need if you're the type to nature dock and chill, if you're an armchair astronaut, if you prefer physics to psychics, or perhaps you know a precocious paleontologist. Go to curiositystream.com to learn more and sign up today.
Odyssey now has hundreds of new exclusive music stations for you to discover your new summer soundtrack.
Get moving with worthy workouts for a cardio sesh fueled by today's top artists.
Hanging with your crew? Throw it back with Picnic Party for old school jams for your cookout.
Or sail away with Odyssey's new yacht rock station, Jugger Yacht.
For summer barbecues, road trips,
or relaxing poolside.
Hundreds of new exclusive stations, plus all your favorite local radio stations and podcasts. It's all on Odyssey.
Brought to you by Macy's, Geico, and Coke Zero Sugar.
Hey, I'm Peter Bukowski, host of the Locked On Today podcast. Trying to stay on top of every big story in sports is a full-time job. I know, because it is my full-time job. But it's not yours. That's why we have a network of local experts ready to give you the inside scoop on everything you truly need to know in the sports world. And we do it every day to make sure you're always caught up on the latest and greatest in sports. Listen to the Locked On Today podcast every day on the Odyssey app or wherever you get podcasts.
Summer-only savings await at your local Hyundai dealer. Where you go from there is up to you. Huge savings, new vehicles arriving daily, and of course, America's best warranty. Get in to get away with it all at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Secure your 2021 Sonata or Elantra today for 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days. See your Hyundai dealer now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end September 6, 2021. Call 562-314-4603 for offer terms and details.
We're right back to it. Tangway and Hart on EEI.
Drew, should Mac Jones be starting week one?
Oh man, I think they got to let Cam go a little bit, and I would personally really like to see Cam get a full year. Last year, I mean, the cupboard was kind of empty up there, and I think everybody recognizes that now. There wasn't a lot in terms of weapons for him. They went and got some weapons, and I think it'd be great to see Cam get back out there and show why he was an NFL MVP. And it also pretty good for Mac to watch it for a year and then be ready to rock going forward. But I'd love to see Cam get a chance to get out there and get after it and show what he can really do.
Throw it, and he skips it along the turf for Harry.
Sorry, Drew, I've seen enough. I mean, I'm ready to move on. That's Drew Bledsoe. And do you think that because he was the incumbent and Brady took his job, there may be a little bias about him favoring Cam?
I was thinking that, smirking to myself while you're listening, but he really isn't. Cam's not the incumbent. He was the filler, the placeholder, the only thing they had.
He's the filler fruit, man. I'm telling you, he's the melon.
I don't, yes.
I mean,
Like he's
fruit.
not losing any job if he's replaced. Drew lost a job. He got hurt,
correct.
Thought you couldn't lose it by getting hurt, and did. It was over.
But what surprised me about Drew when he said this is there was no evidence last year at all that Cam Newton from a year ago was anything close to the MVP.
No. And I would say more importantly, there's no evidence
this
in
year.
May, June, July, and August
Right.
of this year that Cam Newton is the MVP.
And what is crazy about this? Think about this for a minute. And this to me is the nuttiest of all of this in how the Patriots have done their best to appease Cam and make him comfortable. And I know that he's been a model citizen. He's been great. They run two offenses, right?
Yeah.
They run two offenses. Now, maybe that's not a big deal, but that is really placating to somebody.
Well, I don't know if people have said that, and it's not quite as dramatic, in my opinion, as that. Like that crosser that he hit, maybe his best throw, maybe the best throw in the game to Jonnu Smith, run after catch. That's going to be a staple of the offense regardless of who the quarterback is. Like, that's not a Cam play or anything like that. He threw a screen to James White that actually got some traction. It was a nice play. That's going to be a staple of the offense regardless of who the quarterback is. The short passing game is going to be the passing game for the most part, regardless of who the quarterback is. And he didn't run, which is going to be a portion of the Cam Newton offense if it happens, if we ever get to the regular season, and that's actually a consideration. So I don't know if it's as dramatic as two different offenses. They just want the guy that's going to throw the ball short better. Like, in my opinion.
All right, 617-779-7937. Tanguay and Hart here. Red Sox baseball coming up at 12:10. We'll get you going with the pregame show as they take on the Baltimore Orioles once again. We're talking about, Andy is like all gung-ho here on WEEI this morning about it's an arms race. It's sales back. You know, you got Mac Jones. To me, the sales situation pales in comparison to what's going on with Mac Jones. I credit the Red Sox for not making a move at the deadline. I don't think this team has it. I don't, and this is another thing that really pisses me off. You know, the Red Sox, they didn't invest in the team. It's a slap in the face to the guys in the clubhouse. Wah. All right? This has been a terrific opportunity for a lot of these guys. Kike Hernandez has been able to play every day. Evaldi's been able to show his stuff. There's a lot of guys that have been able to show their stuff and have an opportunity to play. Frenchie Cordero doesn't belong on a big league roster. Okay, they've all had opportunities to make big league money and show what they can do in the big leagues. Some have taken advantage of it. Some of them haven't. But don't tell me that an ownership owes them to invest in them because they're not going to win the World Series. They're not good enough. I mean, maybe they'll sneak in as a wild card. I don't think so. They're not going to win the division. I mean, now, because Andy says Chris Sale's back, hey, the Red Sox are going to win the division, and the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl with Mac Jones. I didn't
say this year with Mac Jones.
So,
yes,
okay, Mr. Optimism.
Yeah, that's me.
Which arm pitches in a championship game or World Series? Which arm throws at a Super Bowl or pitches in a World Series first? Chris Sale or Mac Jones?
Chris Sale.
I agree with that.
I mean, first of all,
but that doesn't mean yesterday was a bigger deal than Mac Jones. It was 5 innings against a terrible baseball team. I'm sorry, Alex Cora drove me crazy. This is as big a moment as winning the World Series in 2018.
Okay, forget him.
What are you doing?
He screwed up. He said something dumb. Ignore him. Focus on me. Focus here.
Yeah, okay.
So you believe that 2 quarters of touchdown-less football by Mac Jones in an exhibition game against a team that has no logo was more important than a regular season game against a regular season real opponent for a playoff team?
Yes.
How does that work? They're already a playoff team. Right now, the Red Sox are a playoff team, correct?
They're a wild card team.
Okay, and you added
an
ace.
Teeth.
Right? You added
for 5
an ace.
innings against the JVs.
Okay, I'd rather have an ace for 5 innings than for no innings. If I have to go into a series of games, I'd like to have an ace for 5 or 6 innings than saying, I got no idea who our best pitcher is. I don't even know who's hot right now, which it could have been. Might have been, right? Erod gets a migraine. Oh, there goes Erod again. Okay, or a knee injury. Remember the knee? He's had like knee off. There's always something with him that derails that
him.
Perfect. Exactly.
He had one good season. I don't trust Erod.
So, Chris Sale, you have trusted at points in your life, correct?
Yeah.
Other than he had an elbow issue that derailed his dominance, right? Like, I want to be clear. Chris Sale that we remember before yesterday was damaged goods.
Oh, yeah.
What was the term they used for the elbow? Like
I forgot.
Unique elbow or something. And when they were trying to say he didn't need Tommy John, and it was just this, and you do that, and they avoided it for a while.
I know they do.
And then you get Tommy John.
Which I don't understand. Quick sidebar. Why do they avoid Tommy John surgery?
Anymore? I don't know.
I don't understand it.
It'd be like ACL surgery. Yes, 30 years ago, ACL surgery could end your career. You might never play again. Now people have ACL surgery, and like a few months later, they're ready to run. They're on the way back to full participation. Tommy John, this is a separate issue we don't need to go down, but there's actually elective Tommy Johns being had in this country where like high school kids are getting Tommy John, get it out of the way. Because remember, Sale said it was an eventuality. I was going to have it someday. There's high school kids, parents, actually signing off on, just get it done now so he doesn't have to have it in 5 years, 8 years, because he'll be stronger, better in the long run.
Dr. Andrews said I had a special elbow.
Yeah, a special elbow.
Thank you,
nice
Nick.
Job,
Good job.
Nick. He had a special elbow.
Yes, he did.
Now it's more special. It's actually put together properly and ready to throw the ball relatively hard.
I'm getting Tommy John next week. 617-779-7937.
That's Jimmy John's that you're getting.
The arms race. David in the
was
car.
Good, huh, Nick? That was good.
It was okay. You're up with Tanguay and Hart on WEEI.
David.
Hi, good morning, guys.
What's up?
How you doing?
Good.
So here's my thing. I agree, Tanguay. Red Sox are a wild card team, and I don't even think they're going to make it into the playoffs, to be honest with you. I think everybody's getting excited. You know, what's his name came back, Chris Sale.
Right.
And all that. But
yeah, what's his name? Go to what's his name?
what's his name? Chris Sale. My thing is this, is that there's a lot of the wins were comebacks, over 30, 32, 30 something.
Oh,
yeah. And how long do we think, can the team keep doing that? It's just not feasible. It's just not practical.
Yeah, it's hard to do.
They were, well, let's just they were sort of fraudulent.
played over their head.
A lot of those 30 were fake comeback wins. If you went with the real comebacks, like
What
after
do you mean?
the sixth
Explain
inning,
that. I'm curious.
the
What do
other
you mean
team
by
went
that?
up 1-0, and then you came back. It's not really a comeback.
Oh, I see what you're
You know
saying.
what I mean? The second inning,
Well,
you're down
no, but
1-0.
I
You win 2-1. That's a comeback win. Not really.
I understand what you're saying, but to David's point, this Red Sox team, 6th or 7th inning, for a time being, David, I'm with you. If the Sox were down in the 6th or 7th inning, you didn't turn off the TV.
Right.
Now you do.
Right.
But before you didn't. Or the radio, but you never turn off the radio. David, proceed.
No, I don't. I actually don't. The radio is great.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
David, I guess we're good. Good talk.
And the other thing,
yes,
if
what
I may,
else?
I wanted to come on the Cam Newton situation.
Yes.
So I actually believe that there will be a two-quarterback system for the first time in the NFL.
Oh, God, I hope not. I think that would be disastrous.
I think there will be. You're going to see it with the Patriots.
Why is it going to be disastrous, Gary? Thanks for the call, David. But why is it going to be disastrous, G? If Cam buys in fully, which is a big if at this point, I still think that's a massive if. But if Cam buys in fully, why can't it work?
You have 5 running backs on this team. You're extremely deep at tight end. You've got wide receivers. We don't know how good they are. The N'Keal Harry hype is, that's finally slowed. That slowed down a little bit.
Slower than him trying to beat a press coverage.
I know.
David Price, by the way, had the unique elbow.
What's that?
I effed that up.
Oh, whatever.
They both had unique elbows. They're lefties.
But to me, rotating quarterbacks, however you want to term it, that's like closer by committee.
Oh, I agree. 100% agree.
So that means that neither one deserves the job. And I think we all know that we want Mac Jones to take the job because we saw what Cam did last year. You also see the potential. You also see the way the team's set up, Andy. And I think that it's by design. Bill Belichick knew that he was going to have to build the offense once again, and he was going to have to put on some training wheels on whoever was his quarterback. And that's how he built the offense.
But
he didn't build the offense in free agency for Cam Newton.
In general, I agree with you. I think it's made for Mac Jones. I think that's the perfect fit.
It's made for a rookie.
Inside the 5-yard line, I don't agree with you. Because if I'm the linebacker,
what do I have
Cam
these running backs
up,
for? What do I have all these running backs?
No one said you couldn't have a running back. In theory, I have 2 things to worry about.
And if Cam Newton goes in and you're in the red zone,
Damian Harris.
If Cam Newton goes in the red zone or goes in on the 5-yard line, everybody kind of knows what's going to happen.
Till he does a little pop pass, a little jump pass, Tebow-like.
Yeah, okay.
You can say you know what's going to happen until you don't, right? Doesn't have to be a QB draw. Doesn't have to be a read option. Can be a boot. Can be anything. I just think
make a decision.
In Bill
I hate that. Make a decision.
So why don't you
make
say
a decision?
Why don't you say the same thing at linebacker? Because they're going to rotate linebackers. The best their defense was, guys in and out there, linebackers.
Well, the quarterback.
That's Bill's theory. Like, I can outthink you, and if Cam gives him a tool to outthink, whether it's 1% of the time, 3% of the time, just the goal line, wherever, and it creates that preparation uncertainty from the defense. If you get the defense, he loves to get people to waste time, right? Oh, they're going to prep for this. He does it all the time. We prepare for everybody if you ask about the backup quarterback. Yeah, and he loves them preparing for your 2 quarterbacks, right? That's how he works. You've muddied their water.
Make a decision. Who's your quarterback? When Mac Jones gets the number 1 nod, he needs to play every snap because you know why? He needs to grow. He needs to grow as a quarterback. And I think you have as good a chance scoring a touchdown on the 5-yard line with Mac Jones as quarterback as you do with Cam Newton.
But they don't believe that. The Patriots, because they're big into the numbers game. Because it's 11 on 11 in the run game. It's 11 on 11 if Cam's the quarterback. If it's Mac, it's 11 on 10. We only have 10 guys that you have to deal with because he's going to hand the ball off and then he's going to just fake and whatever.
All right, 617-779-7937. I still want to get to Cam's little Instagram message. We need to talk about that coming up. It's the arms race, according to Andy Hart.
Let's go!
Soon to be up on WEI.com, or maybe he'll just do a transcript of the show. Oh, 300 words or less.
Yeah, 300 words or less. I'll read it into the video and post it on Twitter. Remember when you used to work?
Again, I did those for free. You want to start paying me for my words?
Nope.
We'll talk.
No, thanks.
Sports Radio WEEI, your calls after this at 617-779-7937. Mac wants loyalty. That's next. I mean,
Back to more of what you want to hear. Tangway and Hart on EEI.
Mac wants loyalty. That's next. I mean, excuse me.
What now?
Good job, Nick. That was great. That was my goof. Anyways, yes. No, Cam
to be fair,
wants loyalty.
it's not that big of a joke. Why does Mac deserve any less loyalty than Cam? Because Cam was kind of here for a half a year before him and kind of stunk?
Yeah, no, that's why I did it, Andy.
Yeah,
That's it. So, on
your
Instagram,
point.
Cam Newton has been the model citizen. He's been the model citizen, cheering for players, being on the sideline, team guy, saying all the right things.
Yes.
But then on Instagram, he says, quote, I am far from perfect, but loyalty, I deserve it.
Now, can I ask a question?
Excuse me.
Are we
Sorry.
reading? Did you shut the mic off at all?
I tried to, but I missed the button.
Are we reading too much? Any chance that this has nothing to do with football?
I think it has to do with football, and I think it has to do with the fans.
What if it's his wife? What if it's his girlfriend, like cheating?
No,
on him?
come on. No.
There was that one where he's
No.
unbuttoning his pants or untying his pants. Did
I
you
missed
look at
that.
the
What's
photos?
that?
Did you look at the photos that went with the caption?
Don't look at men's groins. What
There's
are you
like
talking
10
about?
photos. One of them, he's untying his pants.
Yeah, I didn't go
I
there.
guess he could be tying his pants. It's a
I was gonna say, he's
snapshot.
probably tying his pants.
You're right. I may have gone in a different direction there. Either way.
Okay, but I think this is directed to the fans. And again, it's 617-779-7937. I think this is my read on it
And we always like your read.
We do. Because I think that Bill Belichick has been extremely loyal to him, and I don't think that Cam Newton would ever question the coach's loyalty to him. Because he has, even if Mac Jones starts week one, I mean, Cam's going to be pissed. You would expect, first of all, if all of a sudden Cam Newton gets pissed off because he's not playing, I have no problem with that because Tom Brady would do the same thing. Any starting quarterback that loses his job is not going to be happy. So let's just...
He wasn't a starting quarterback, though. He was a guy who started games.
I'm talking about a guy that was a one-time MVP. I mean,
okay, that's
listen,
fine.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
They all fade.
They all fade, and when they do, they don't like it, and they're humans, and I'm fine with that, and that doesn't make him any less of a great person. But when he comes out and he says, but loyalty, I deserve it, he's talking to the fans. He's talking to the media. He's talking to the people that buy number 10.
You mean the fans that saw him for the first time on Thursday night?
I think he's talking about the fans in general, because with social media, we know that these guys pay attention and they listen to everything.
Yes, they do.
And I think that
Cam
Newton realizes that the majority of the fans want Mac Jones to start. They do, because Mac Jones reminds them of Brady, the way the offense is played.
I actually don't even think it's that.
They think he's better.
They allow him to forget about Cam. It's not even that they remind him of Brady. They allow them to forget about Cam.
Right.
They remember how unentertaining and boring and losing last year was.
Absolutely.
Right? Because people will point to the 7-9 record. I heard what's his name say it, Kellerman. This is a team that was 2 plays away from winning.
CuriosityStream has thousands of documentary films and shows available on demand on any device. We're the Netflix for nerds, the Hulu for history buffs, the Disney Plus for the scientist in us. There sure are a lot of streaming services, aren't there? CuriosityStream is the one you definitely need if you're the type to nature dock and chill, if you're an armchair astronaut, if you prefer physics to psychics, or perhaps you know a precocious paleontologist. Go to CuriosityStream.com to learn more and sign up today.
Summer-only savings await at your local Hyundai dealer. Where you go from there is up to you. Huge savings, new vehicles arriving daily, and of course, America's best warranty. Get in to get away with it all at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Secure your 2021 Sonata or Elantra today for 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days. See your Hyundai dealer now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end September 6, 2021. Call 562-314-4603 for offer terms and details.
We're all on this planet together. So join Odyssey and find your one thing. August is a great month to help out the environment by improving your gas mileage. Make sure your tires are properly inflated, and heavy items like golf clubs aren't stored in your trunk. Take your car in for a tune-up to ensure it's running at peak performance. And when the weather is nice, walk or bike to your destination to enjoy a beautiful summer day. Join Odyssey, and together, each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow. What's your one thing?
Attention all Class A CDL drivers. CPC Logistics is currently hiring Class A CDL drivers in your area for Touch Freight store deliveries.
$8,000 sign-on bonus.
Benefits from day one.
Flexible schedule, AM or PM.
Home every day.
Drivers average $1,600 to $2,000 a week.
Visit CPC Logistics and apply today. CPC Logistics, putting you in the driver's seat to your new career. CPC Logistics is an equal opportunity employer. Must have a valid and current Class A CDL with 1 year driver experience or 6 months experience from an accredited driving school and be at least 21 years of age.
2 more games.
Yeah, so what?
Who gives a rat's ass? They still would have
cares.
only had 9 wins. It took 11 to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And a lot of the games were really not entertaining, not fun, not enjoyable.
No.
There was, this is my word for the day, there was no hope in some of those games.
Man, did you take a Tony Robbins course?
Robbins? Is it Robbins?
Cam Mac Robbins.
So forget about the inevitable comparisons to Brady, which actually started before he was even a Patriot. Charlie Weiss brought it up pre-draft. Oh, he's got it. He's got the intangibles. He reminds me a little bit of Brady. All that crap. That's great. That's not what's relevant. What's relevant is they want to forget Cam. Last year was awful, and he allows them the opportunity to dream, oh, we can throw the ball again? Oh, we might complete a third down play? We might put a screen pass where a guy can run after catch and pick up the first down? That's what they want. I don't think they will reach the point. When Max starts playing and they get a little oh, he can do that. Then it will start to be, are we seeing the 2001, 2002 Brady? Are we starting to pick up steam? They will get to that point. Right now, I don't think they're there yet. Right now, they just say, oh, he's better than Cam. I want to see him more than I want to see Cam. That's what it is.
And this is unfair to Cam, but they put all of last season on him, both sides of the ball. That's just the way the quarterback is.
That's you're right. You're 100% right. The defense sucked. You couldn't stop the run. They pushed you around. You had no pass rush.
It's Cam's fault.
All Cam's fault.
Cam's fault.
That is where you're 100% right.
Yeah, it's unfair. It's unfair, but that's the nature of the position.
Just like it's not fair that Mac will get credit that, Matt Judon and Dante Hightower, they're making play. Oh, they restocked that defensive line. Teams can't run on us like they once did. But he'll get credit for the totality of that's the quarterback. It's also where the ace goes. So that's where the comparison between the ace and the quarterback.
Still big on that.
They get more credit than they deserve. They get more pressure than there's a lot that goes with that position. But right now, and we're getting some they're on the practice field right now. So Cam.
Yeah, Bill is actually speaking.
Yes,
we're going to bring that to you. Nick is busy back there doing what he does. Whatever.
Well, Bill will have scintillating quotes.
I'm sure. Bill, I was thinking about, should we take it live? But then I went, nah, we'll just
never.
We'll just wait and see if he says anything.
15 minutes of non-answers.
Yes, but. The Cam defenders are still out there, right? Well, I don't know what portion it is now. Like what? I asked Fitzy this on Friday.
I think it's 80-20.
That's what he thought. If he left Gillette Stadium,
I changed my mind then. And sorry, Fitzy, I'm just kidding.
Be better.
Yeah, be better. I'm
sorry. It would be 80-20 of those fans. I think it might even be a little bit more than that if that were the sample size. That audience. They were chanting, "We want Mac" late in the game.
I know.
There were kids that wanted Mac's autograph. Like, he was the new super. Did you see that Gunner clip? He's like his hype man going off the field. Everybody feels it. Everybody feels it.
Well, it looks
and
like
that's the difference from last year when no one felt anything from Stidham. They didn't feel anything from Stidham. There was no there, to steal the phrase about Oakland, right?
Sure.
There was no there for Jarrett Stidham. There's a there here with Mac Jones.
Andy, I will
Steinem.
I will bow to you. Okay, on
please
this one.
do. You
I
should.
know you like this.
Always.
Because you were down there forever. You've seen a ton of football.
Yes.
When Mac gets under center, you feel it. When Stidham gets under center, you don't feel it. I mean, it's just the presence. I mean, Mac Jones has a presence on a football field. Stidham doesn't have it. Hoyer has a bad one. I mean, he's going to be a coach as far as I'm concerned. Right. You can get down the list.
Right, the standing ovation that Mac got, that energy, that next great hope that was there.
And Cam Newton had it in 2014 when he won an MVP.
I would even say he had it when he arrived in New England. The sideways eyes on Twitter that the players were doing. Like, he still had an aura.
Right.
And then everybody realized, wait, he's riding the aura. There's no
juice to it.
Yeah, there's no actual foundation to that
There's
anymore.
just something about when Matt gets under center, that's it. And the players feel it too. I mean, my God, Trent Brown talked about this guy.
Everybody, Trent Brown, Matthew Judon, Kendrick Bourne, Jonnu Smith, they all feel the swagger. They all feel the leadership. They all feel the hope. And that's what isn't that what it's supposed to be? Now, that doesn't mean anything. Because they feel the same hope in a lot of places over the years with first-round quarterbacks. Like, for some period of time, you think Blake Bortles, right, is the next big thing. Or whoever it is, wherever it is.
Minshew, whatever.
Cleveland had 30 of them over the last 20 years.
Oh,
or whatever.
first-round quarterbacks. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, but first
yes.
round,
I
just that
understand.
vibe,
Yes.
like, oh, we have the guy now.
Yeah,
the guy is here.
Yeah.
And then you play a few games like,
yeah.
I hope he's young. He's
just
getting
working his
broken
way
in.
into it.
Yeah, and then some point you realize he's not here.
Well, I think the narrative about Cam Newton still being number one is driven by Belichick is because I think that he wants Mac Jones to truly earn it. I think that he wants him to keep and here's my read on Jones. I don't think his attitude would change whether he was named starter or not.
No.
That's my read on him.
No.
That he's just going to go do his thing no matter what. So
he's
while
been there,
Bill
done
says,
that at Alabama,
correct.
Right?
So when Bill says that Cam is still the starter, he's my starting quarterback, so forth and so on, and then the people who support Cam, I think the people that support Cam, though our colleagues in the media, right, and fans, they're just not supporting Mac. What they're saying is Mac hasn't done enough yet to unseat Newton. I think he has. Was Mac Jones outstanding? No. He threw a great long ball that they should have caught.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, but he didn't come out. He wasn't a gunslinger. He wasn't Mahomes. No, but it looked like a football game.
Yes.
It looked like a football game.
Patriots.
It looked like a Patriots football game. We're going to have time of possession, right? We're going to take care of the football. We're going to move. I mean, wasn't there just 1 year with the Patriots where I think they won the Super Bowl, but it was after they decided to throw the ball around when for the entire year, they lost the time of possession. There was 1 year where there was, but I think it might have been 2007 when Brady threw for 50 touchdowns, right? Something like that. But for the most part, the key number, and Andy, we said it all the time, when Patriots were winning Super Bowls the first 3 times around, time of possession. It was like 2-1, 3. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was the time of possession. It was Brady before halftime. He chews up the clock for what? 8 minutes. Goes down and scores with like 20 seconds to go in the half. Yeah. That's what people are accustomed to seeing. And that's what you see with Jones. When you see Newton go out there, what you see is, is he going to throw behind the guy? Is he going to make the right read? Okay, he made a good pass. I mean, the thing with Newton right now is, and you even did it off the top, and I'm not saying you did anything wrong. I think it's just the way we're all thinking. Hey, he made a good, he had James White.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't like,
he threw 7 passes, and I would say 2 of them were, one to Jonnu Smith that's the throw you have to make. He needs to be able to catch it on the run. And then, you threw a screen pass to James White. You're supposed to be able to.
But when he makes those passes, Andy,
you're almost surprised.
We make him, yeah. I mean, you're almost
for doing
surprised.
the job.
Right. Hey, he made a big deal out of it. It shouldn't be a big deal for a former MVP.
Correct. Shouldn't be a big deal for any starting NFL quarterback. If you're one of the best 32, which Cam believes he's one of the best 32, the top 32, you make those passes every time, 99 out of 100 times, whatever it is.
617-779-7937. All right, what I want to do next, we got to start talking about expectations for this team.
Championship!
Oh, boy. And on that note, expectations for the Patriots with Newton or Mac. That's coming up next on WEEI.
There's not 32 guys better than me.
On Pod Save the World, we want to be your cheat sheet for global events. My name is Tommy Vitor, and each week, my co-host Ben Rhodes and I break down the biggest stories from around the world. Ben and I both worked on President Obama's national security staff, and we'll introduce you to the activists, politicians, and journalists who can help us understand what's going on around the world, what it means for the United States, and what it's like being inside the White House Situation Room during a crisis. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your pods.
CuriosityStream has thousands of documentary films and shows available on demand on any device. We're the Netflix for nerds, the Hulu for history buffs, the Disney Plus for the scientist in us. There sure are a lot of streaming services, aren't there? CuriosityStream is the one you definitely need if you're the type to nature dock and chill, if you're an armchair astronaut, if you prefer physics to psychics, or perhaps you know a precocious paleontologist. Go to curiositystream.com to learn more and sign up today.
Odyssey now has hundreds of new exclusive music stations for you to discover your new summer soundtrack.
Get moving with worthy workouts for a cardio sesh fueled by today's top artists.
Hanging with your crew? Throw it back with Picnic Party for old school jams for your cookout.
Or sail away with Odyssey's new yacht rock station, Jugger Yacht.
For summer barbecues, road trips,
or relaxing poolside.
Hundreds of new exclusive stations, plus all your favorite local radio stations and podcasts. It's all on Odyssey.
Brought to you by Macy's, Geico, and Coke Zero Sugar.